Hi, submarine friends. Well, I'm happy to say that I don't have very much left to do. I have to make some knobs to go on these cables I installed for emergency shutoffs and engine shutoff. Couple little, I'm short one piece for a drain. So what I'm doing is I'm actually draining the entire exhaust system into the variable ballast tank at the end of each time the diesel engine shuts off prior to submerging, or anytime actually, I drain the whole exhaust system into the variable ballast tank. The reason I'm doing that is it's a homemade water-cooled exhaust manifold. So if something starts to leak, or yeah, well, I guess that's it. If the manifold leaks internally while it's sitting, I don't want that coolant going back into the cylinders. So if it starts to leak for some reason while it's running, it won't matter because the engine pressure will just blow the leakage out and it'll probably evaporate before it even leaves the exhaust system. So it's just a precaution. So prior to diving, the very first thing I do is I open the valve to drain the manifold and water-cooled exhaust pipe. And by the time I go through my checklist, the very last thing I do is shut that valve off and it'll be drained by then. Just a little precaution. But anyways, one more thing I never talked about, I don't think, but I want to install this strainer. It's from a previous boat project thing that I got. It came with an engine I bought actually. So I just have to clean this thing up. It's actually pretty nice. It's well made. It's old, but old is good sometimes. And so I want to install this so that the cooling pump water is strained, because the water intake is close to the surface. It would be nice if the water intake was like midship, but it's about here. So what that means is the debris floats on the surface, and if the sub is rocking or something, you know, this water intake height could come up to the water line perhaps and suck in some debris. If it was at the very bottom, it would be a problem for debris. So the best place, I think, is midships. So it's close to midships, but still, I want to strain it. So this is the strainer. Shouldn't take much to install. Unfortunately, I don't think I have the bushings necessary to install this, but it's all brass. It's pretty nice. So that's one of the last things I have to do. The weather is not going to be cooperative enough for another 2 weeks at least for me to start moving the submarine over to the other shop, because it's not heated and I'm not into working in the cold and I'm not into spending money to heat. So I'm going to have to be patient, which is very difficult for me. But the upside of that is I will detail a bunch of stuff on the inside of the sub that I typically leave till later. See, what happens is you build a submarine like this and you put it in the water and you find, oh, I should have put this here, I should have put that there. You know, you can design something as thoroughly as you want, but in practicality, it ends up needing to be changed. So I don't fall in love with painting things like this unless they're covered and you can't access them later. But I do that after it's been plunged in the water for the first time, because things change. I actually nickname my shop the Land of Change because things change so much. But because I'm going to be bored out of my mind and ice fishing is really poor right now, I may as well do all these little detaily things. Like I'll machine some knobs to go on those cables. I'll just make my own. I'll just take some aluminum bar stock and machine them into nice knobs. But I'm going to have to find some projects to do. Boy, I'm really running out. But I guess that's good too, because, you know, means it's going to be in the water soon. Anyways, that's what's going on. Ciao for now.